Keep your wellness routine going strong all summer. Kachava's new travel packs help you stick to your daily ritual even when you're on the go. Just one packet of Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake provides complete nutrition wherever you are, with 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and more. Simplify your daily ritual. Go to Kachava.com and use code NEWS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code NEWS.
It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound, standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Welcome to the Dogs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reniker, Justin Charles, Kenny Mack, and Josh Hall. We are dogs!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Josh Hall, not your host today. I'm on vacation right now, so today I've got two very special guest hosts bringing you guys the first ever edition of the Jersey Dawgs podcast. That's right. You got Kurt from Jersey and Jersey Justin co-hosting today's episode. Now, these guys, I've been working with them a little bit. Kurt has some prior experience with podcasting, and I got to tell you guys, I didn't know how this was going to go. And they know that. This is nothing new to them, but I thought this conversation went really well. It was a joy to listen to. Just two Browns fans out in Jersey kicking it around about this team, about the 2026 Cleveland Browns. So enjoy the episode, everybody. Kurt, Justin, you guys do a phenomenal job, and I can't wait to hear everybody's feedback on your first ever episode of the Jersey Dawgs. Before I get my butt out of here, remember, everybody, go to jointhedogs.com, become an official Dog Pack member on the Patreon page, sync up with the private Discord channel, hang out with everybody across the world that is a member in our Dog Pack community. Guys like Kurt, guys like Justin that you are about to listen to are all in the Dog Pack, hanging out 24/7, having conversations, and playing fantasy football. That's right, fantasy football registrations are open right now. Get into our Dog Pack Fantasy Leagues this fall. They're a ton of fun. Spots are filling up quickly, so just make sure you guys get into the Dog Pack soon. Register, fill out the registration form, and leagues will be created here within the next, month or so. But that's about all I've got. JoinTheDogs.com. I'm going to kick it over now to my boys, Kurt and Justin.
What's going on, everybody? Kurt from Jersey, Jersey Justin, with a very special, I don't know, what is this? A special podcast, kind of a test run, if you will, of the Jersey Dawgs. Welcome to the Jersey Dawgs. We don't know if this is going to be a one and done, or if it's going to be something once a month, or if it's ever going to hit someone else's ears. So yeah, I don't know if this is like I said, I don't know if we're going to continue this. This is kind of a test run. I don't know if they use this for anything. But how you feeling about it? How do you feel about like a once a month or whatever podcast, the Jersey Dawgs?
Yeah, man, absolutely. I've been leaving voicemails for a year now. Your friendly neighborhood Browns fan out here in Jersey. How it transpired, Kurt, he messaged me and said, "Hey, I reached out to Josh and thought about a Jersey Dawgs thing, maybe add on to their dog podcast and whatnot." And I was like, absolutely. Yeah. And Josh hopped on immediately because that's just the kind of guy he is, and was like, "Dude, I'll even help edit." And I was like, wow, that's incredible. He's an outstanding guy. I was really excited, and, we had a little technical difficulties, like he said, but I'm excited to be here. So.
Yeah. So the way I'm thinking of this show is kind of like, we're like UDFAs trying to make the team. And like Josh and Blake, those guys are the starters. Like, they're penciled in, and you and I are just trying to make the practice squad.
Yeah, dude, however you want to articulate it, man. I get it. Yeah, for sure.
But we'll get there. We'll see how it goes. Neither one of us have, we're really ready for this. It started as like a joke. I just called in with a voicemail like we do. We've been talking on voicemail all the time. I hear your voicemails, and I'm like, oh, there's my boy in Jersey. And I was like, what if we did a spin-off podcast? Like kind of a joke, like a spin-off of the podcast that,
Yeah.
they're still building themselves. But then when Josh said that, I was like, it is content. It's content for them. It's Browns content. People look, Blake had a baby. They're busy. Stuff comes up. And if they need to kick us, like we're on the bench and they need to call us into the game, like,
Yeah,
here
put
we
me
go.
in, coach, man. And I get it. I got my 1-year-old, so he just turned 1. Man, it was incredible yesterday too, and that was super exciting getting to experience that. So
Yeah. So as you guys have babies, your time to do stuff like this is slim to none, unless you got a baby on your lap while you're doing it. I have 4 kids, so I know exactly. I'm past the baby stage, but I know it's like still, I'm like waiting. I'm looking at my door over here, like any minute now, somebody's gonna come in and be like, "Hey, stop."
yeah,
But
man.
yeah. So like I said, it's gonna be some content for them, some content for people watching. If you can't get a show in or whatever, Josh is really good. He always has stuff going out, but
Yeah, he's awesome.
that's a lot of work on him. So we'll
Yeah,
see
I
what we
remember.
can do.
Yeah, you said like something maybe you want to talk about is how we're Browns fans out in Jersey, right? I think that's a good way to start because you're out in Jersey and maybe it's like, hey, are there's some bandwagon fans out there too with Shador and everything, which I'm not complaining about, but
I'm not complaining. Look, the
yeah,
Browns
no,
don't have a lot
absolutely.
of
Yeah, I'm risked up
bandwagon.
completely. So, but
There's a
yeah,
lot
do you
of
want to?
room on the bandwagon.
Yeah, do you want to talk about how you're a fan out in New Jersey or?
Yeah, so that's kind of the idea with this podcast. It's like
Yeah,
about
man.
fans outside of the major, the greater Cleveland area, fans outside there. How do you become a fan of the Cleveland Browns? Which is kind of cool because if you listen to the podcast, they have fans in Ireland, they have fans in Dubai, they have fans
Worldwide, yeah.
everywhere. We have Cleveland Browns fans worldwide. I don't know if other teams have that, but the Browns really, far and wide is their fan base, and
Yeah.
I think it's kind of what my theory is that it's like the underdog. Like everyone wants to cheer for the underdog. So maybe that's it, or I don't know. Why is it? Why are there so many Cleveland Browns fans outside of Cleveland? So how did you become a fan?
Yeah, that's a great question too. And before I answer that question, I just want to show that I got my Dog Pound Dad shirt, off the website.
Yeah.
Josh has been promoting that. Dude, is a great shirt. Like I said, my son just turned 1. I've personally been in the Dog Pound. In Cleveland, in the in the Dog Pound against the Steelers, and some great games. So I recommend you go and get your shirt if you got a kid. It's
Yeah,
a
I'm
great
really,
shirt.
I'm actually really jealous of that. And if my family watches this, ever,
Yeah,
I
you
want that
need to go
shirt.
get
So,
one, man. If you got 4 kids, man, go grab one.
Right.
They fit, they feel good too. They're comfortable. It's a good shirt. But how I became a fan, and I actually grew up in Ohio. So I grew up in a small town called Garrettsville, Ohio, which is about a little southwest of Cleveland. Bigger towns it's near is like Aurora, Ravenna, Hiram. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Are you familiar with a
No.
lot of towns in Ohio or?
No, I drove through Cleveland once. I just drove through,
Yeah.
that's it by extent of
Yeah.
Ohio. I'm actually going to Ohio this August, so I'm going to get a little more
Nice. Where are
familiar.
you going in Ohio?
We're going to Columbus. My wife
Columbus.
has
Okay, yeah. You gotta go. Got the Buckeyes over there, man. So
Yeah, we're going to be out there.
So I grew up in a small town. It's called Garrettsville, Ohio. And then a lot of times, just watching the Browns. I really started watching. I'm 36 years old. I started watching in 1999 when they came back. After they took football, went to Baltimore, came back in 1999. This picture
after
right
they
here,
traded
actually.
back when they traded the entire team to Baltimore.
Yeah, it just traded the whole team like up and left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. And we had to pretty much protest in the streets. You know what I mean? And for
Yeah.
all those people out there that are curious why we got a little beef with Pittsburgh, well, it may have started with this game here. This is a picture up here. And that's the first game back in First Energy Stadium. We played the Pittsburgh Steelers and we lost, I believe, 40 something to nothing. They just wiped the floor with us. So every time they come into our house now, we make a point to beat them. You know, that's kind of a thing now. But
For the
I
record,
remember a lot of times. Yeah.
we've hated Pittsburgh way before that, though. Like, it just the
Yeah.
rivalry goes back so long. That's
Yeah. That
actually
just added fuel to the fire, though.
that's actually how I became a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm from Jersey. I've
Yeah.
lived in Jersey my whole life, and how I became
Yeah.
a Browns fan is I was 8 years old, and my cousin is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and
Mhm.
I don't know, we were mad at each other about something or whatever, and I walked in and he was watching the Browns and Steelers, and
Mhm.
who said, my favorite team's the black team and they're beating the orange team. And he's like, what team, what's your favorite team? And I was like, the orange team.
Right.
Just like to be against them. And then ever since I've been a Browns fan.
Yeah. What year
Ever
was that?
It's probably 89, something like that.
Wow, that's when I was born. Yeah, 1989. So, you know, right around 1999, you got a little more years on me, but 1999 was where, you know, I really started to turn, man. It was church on Sunday, grocery shopping, help out mom, and race home so I could catch, you know, before the game started, if not at least the first quarter. But I remember
Yeah.
games where all the windows were open in the living room, the sun was shining in, and my father was pacing back and forth. You know, why do we make that play? He's no longer here anymore. But man, I remember days like the game ended and he's just staring at the ceiling like, why do we do that, man? You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's
But
right.
yeah,
I'm always
that's-
like, when I'm watching the games, I'm like, why couldn't I have walked in and the Steelers been playing the freaking, the Patriots or something? They had to be playing the Browns. I had to pick the Browns, and I'm with the Browns.
and you're stuck with it.
I'm stuck with them the rest of my life. And it's like
Yeah, man.
the chances of me walking in and they're playing the freaking Browns, and then here I am. I do
Yeah.
that a lot. Every year I'm like, the Browns, really? Why? How did I end up a Browns fan? But
So
you know
there we
what,
go.
man?
That's how
That brings me to this year. So what's
Yeah.
your feeling going into this year overall? Let's take away the Miles trade, take away the quarterback situation, take away everything, all the drama. And how are you feeling going into this year?
Yeah, so like that's a mixed emotion because I feel really good if we end up starting Shador. I actually put a voicemail out on the Dog podcast, and the last episode they had on I listen on Spotify. He plans on playing my score prediction for the season, but I believe we very well could squeak into the playoffs at a 10-7 record. That's if we start, Shador. He's having a lot of really good flashes to, Isaiah Bond and Harold Fannin Jr. And when you hear stuff like that coming and you're seeing that in the off season, it's different than when they say it's Shador because, like last season in regular game speed, Shador was making these connections. This isn't just off season. He's making these connections because we know what the Deshaun Watson game speed connections look like. Shador's doing this in the off season, and he made those connections. I mean, I think I can't remember what game it was. I believe it was either Isaiah Bond or Harold Fannin, but Shador made this throw, right, and it was a deep throw. It was like a 50-yard throw to Isaiah Bond. I can't remember if he got in the end zone or it was on the 1 yard line, but it was a beautiful throw. Myles Garrett actually looked up and he was just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he just made that throw. Like, how did they complete that?" And that's when I knew. I'm like, yeah, even him, he's like, yeah, he can contend in the NFL, man. So
I remember that
I
clip
guess
where
yeah.
Miles said, I didn't even know who he was throwing to. And it was Bond downfield.
It was Bond, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, and on top of that, we just drafted, my main thing is this, is if we start Shador, I think we have a good chance. We could go 10-7, squeak into the playoffs. And I'm not going to say what I think could actually happen if we can get into the playoffs, but I think there's a lot of potential there. But we have to see, and Josh has been pounding the table for this, and I'm on board with it. We got to see what we have in Shador on a full season basis. Can he stay healthy the whole season? How does that season look? But if he has enough flashes, my main thing is like, even if maybe we don't make playoffs, which I think we absolutely could, is that how awesome would it be that if we can find our quarterback here in Shador, which we have to give him the opportunity. I think he deserves that.
Yeah.
And next draft with 2 picks, we're taking an edge rusher and a cornerback because I think it's going to be a great draft for those 2 positions also. I would love to get like Ellis Robinson or Leonard Moore out of Notre Dame next year in the first round instead of trying to put all that capital in. And I think a big thing, in my opinion, is like, going back to the 2016 Cavs, it's believe land, man. We need to believe in him, and the kid needs to see, and I think he's already seen sparks. We just all got to believe in him. And once he starts to see more of that, let that grow, I think he has a lot of potential, and we could see things that we've never seen before for the Cleveland Browns.
This episode is sponsored by Dash Dog Food. Browns fans, Butcher Box for Pets has rebranded to Dash Dog Food. Same great products, same great company, just a new name, a new brand, but with that comes an even better deal for you guys. Now you can get 60% off your first subscription order of the premium slow-cooked nutrition dog food or the premium fresh dog food. Just go to dashdogfood.com/dogs, DAWGS, and use promo code DOGS. As you guys know, we're the dogs, but let's not kid ourselves. The most important dogs in our lives are, well, our dogs. And they're not just pets, like I said. They're part of the family. So the question is, what are you actually feeding them? At Dash Dog Food, they believe in real ingredients. Their pet foods have been developed and certified by vet nutritionists to contain 0 artificial flavors or preservatives. You get protein-packed formula that includes pre- and postbiotics to support your dog's vitality and their digestion. And speaking of the benefits of Dash Dog Food, Dash delivers their high-quality food right to your door. So just choose the delivery schedule you need for your dog, and you can change, modify, or pause your plan at any time. So try it out today. Your dog will love you for upgrading their meal times. dashdogfood.com/dogs and use promo code DOGS to get 60, not 50, but now 60% off your first subscription order of the premium slow cooked nutrition fresh dog food or the premium fresh dog food. Minimum purchase of $34, 60% discount applies to subscription orders only. 1 use per customer. Cancel at any time.
If you felt stuck trying to lose weight, you're not alone. Enter Weight Loss by Hers. It's designed to support you in reaching your goals. And Hers now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. With Wegovy at Hers, lose up to 20% or more of your body weight when combined with diet and exercise. It helps you regulate your appetite, eat less, and keep weight off. Plus, Wegovy is the first GLP-1 available in a pill, so there are no needles needed. Everything is 100% online through Hers. You'll connect with a licensed provider who will determine if treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is delivered right to your door. No insurance necessary. And it doesn't stop there. Weight Loss by Hers goes beyond medication by offering access to 24/7 messaging with your care team and tons of in-app lifestyle and nutrition tips like recipes, meal plans, fitness videos, sleep content, and more. Even better, with a range of affordable GLP-1 options, Hers makes it simple to find an approach that fits your needs and your budget if eligible. You'll get a treatment plan personalized to you and unlimited dosage changes as needed. It's weight loss designed to work with your life. Ready to reach your goals? Visit forhers.com/women to get personalized, affordable care that gets you. That's forhers.com/women. forhers.com/women. Weight Loss by Hers is not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A.S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information, and restrictions, visit forhers.com. When maintaining your daily wellness rituals is important to you, the change in routine during the summer can feel daunting. Kachava's new travel packs help you stick to your daily ritual, even when you're on the go. Just one packet of Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake provides complete nutrition with 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and much more. So you'll be fueled and ready for wherever life or your summer adventures take you. No fillers, no nonsense. Just the good stuff your body craves. Plus, it actually tastes delicious. But you can try it for yourself because the variety pack includes all 6 delicious fan favorites: chocolate, vanilla, chai, matcha, coconut acai, and strawberry. So instead of worrying about sticking to your daily ritual, simplify it with Kachava. Go to kachava.com and use code NEWS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code NEWS.
We have the tech to get food delivered in 15 minutes, but we all have horror stories about buying tickets. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage. Get amazing tickets in just a few taps. Fees are included, so what you see is what you pay. And the Game Time guarantee means authentic tickets at the best price every time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to concerts, sports, comedy, and more with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Well, I mean, so you took me off guard. What'd you say? 10-7?
I went through the record, so I can actually. I think 10-7 is a possibility. Yeah.
I always think you're like the more analytical Jersey fan, like the more down to earth, where I'm like, dude, we're making the playoffs. Dude, we might make a Super Bowl. This might be our year. Like, that's me. I'm full in on this. So at the end of the year, every year, I'm always like, we suck. We're done. It's going to be 10 years before we can even talk about playoffs. And then by the time the new season comes around, I'm like, oh, we got the playoffs. We got it. I'll go through the schedule. As soon as the schedule comes out, I'm going through like, we could beat them. We could beat them.
Yeah.
We could beat them.
Yeah.
Like on every year, when I go through the schedule, I always give, like just in the AFC North, I go 4-2 every year. Like I'll give 2 wins, 1 to Baltimore, 1 to the Steelers. And that's me being like kind. And then like sometimes like we might eke out a second win against one of them. And this year I'm like, we might sweep the AFC North. But I know that's the disillusioned fan in me. But I love it. That's
it's like the bipolarism that it's created in all of us.
That's why I love it so much, man. Yeah. I love every season.
Oh, I know, man. But
and I want to come in. I want to come in with the high hopes, with the, I want to watch this season. I'm excited for this season. And when we have a draft like we had last year, a draft like you had this year, the moves Andrew Berry has made. Dude, it's hard not to have your hopes up. I know they're going to get squashed. I know it. But this is my season right now. This is it. Like we're going in and my hopes are high and I can't wait. I love watching this. Even if we suck, I love watching them. I love it.
Yeah.
And I miss it when it's gone. Like right now, I'm like, dude, Sunday. What's there to do? I want to watch the Browns. I don't think they lose.
Watch the guards. Oh, give me 1 second. Someone's knocking on our door real quick. Give me 1 second, all right?
So it's probably somebody to come commit you because you're a crazy Cleveland Browns fan. So that's what we do, man. Browns fans, I don't know if you're in Dubai, if you are in Ireland or wherever you are. If you're a new fan, like this is what we do. We get our hopes up. I know some people have been really critical of the team and stuff and saying, you're lucky to get 5 wins. And I never want to go into a season where I'm a fan of a team thinking, oh, we're just going to get 5. Yeah. We're just going to get 5
absolutely. Wins. And I would love to piggyback off that too. First off, you said you were talking about analytics. I think we can toss those clearly out the window and just have the garbage men pick them up. Analytics are nothing. That's come from someone that actually I played football before, when I say I think we have potential, because there's been seasons where I've looked at our season and I would have said, I think we can get 2 or 3 wins this year, and that may be it. I don't believe that this year if we start Shador.
Yeah.
And the main reason is because the flashes I saw is, for one, like his connection with Isaiah Bond and Harold Fannin, okay, with our spruced up offensive line, and then you added the draft capital at the wide receiver position, with Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion. We really have the weapons that are there. And on top of that, I saw moves from Shador last season that actually show that he can grow and learn from how he played at Colorado. He has that ability to do that. And more importantly, he knows how, when we get into the red zone or the goal line position, he knows what to do. He knows who to throw to. He knows he can read defenses at a very high level.
So that's
what in most teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not analytical. It's just football play, man. You can see a quarterback that knows how to do that.
Well, that's
and
the thing.
Shador has
Like,
that capability.
this year. So I think what the coolest thing is that last year.
So what's your prediction this year?
Mine?
I gotta ask that.
Oh, undefeated.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
I can't give a loss. Like, in my brain, it's like, nah, I'm a terrible gambler. Because
Yeah.
I can't ever see my team losing. It's why I can't play fantasy football. It's because I will draft all Browns players. I will be that guy. One year, I was playing fantasy football, and I couldn't make the draft, and the computer auto drafted Ben Roethlisberger as my quarterback. Dude, I flipped. I was like, there is no way in hell I am cheering for Ben Roethlisberger to even throw one freaking touchdown.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm not doing it. Dude, I
know.
sat out the whole season. I was like, I'm done. I quit. I'm not cheering for Ben Roethlisberger. But
I know, yeah.
So yeah, I think the coolest thing is that Shador has a line. We have a line.
I love him in the goal line, man. I love him when he gets down in that red zone.
But
and
we gave
this
him
is the first time ever
we gave him
I felt that way.
protection and targets, and now it's like,
Yeah.
here you go. Here's your showcase. Just like us, here's your shot, dude, And he's got the tools. It's there.
Yes.
So it's on him to lose it, I think. Anybody talking about Deshaun, even like it's not happening. It's just not happening. It makes no sense as a professional. Well, now that I say that, sometimes we do things that don't make much sense, but I don't think it makes any sense to
like a
start
Browns fan.
Deshaun at all. And you're definitely not going to know when they're wearing shorts. Like, the competition hasn't even started yet because it's like they're just warming their arm up. You know what I mean? It's like, we're not there yet. You can't make a decision. They're wearing shorts. You ever throw a football with shoulder pads on and you throw a football with no shoulder pads? It's completely different.
Yeah, 100% different. Like all positions too. But like that's the point I was making earlier, is that when you hear like he's connecting with Isaiah Bond and Harold Fannin, and they also say Deshaun Watson's connecting with Harold Fannin and Isaiah Bond. When you take those two, what you can say is, well, that's great, but Shador actually did that at game speed last year at the end of the year. Deshaun Watson is not. So it's like, well, so you're telling me Shador can do that game speed and in the offseason, but Deshaun most likely can do that only with, shorts and shoulder pads on.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
I don't put much stock in it, and I don't think you can have a starting quarterback conversation yet. It's just because they're not even they're warming up. They're plugging in.
Yeah,
they're just getting to know each other. The staff, the players. There's nobody like, yep, you're our guy. Let's go.
Right. But if I were to ask you, I'd say, hey, is Shador able to do that with just shoulder pads and shorts on, also at game speed? Can he make that throw to Isaiah Bond and Harold Fannin?
Yeah.
What's your answer?
I see what you're saying. You're saying that Shador has done it recently, as last year he's gone game speed, and Deshaun hasn't done game speed. And
yeah, what's that answer? Can he do that?
Yeah, we don't know. Back from an Achilles injury, but two Achilles injuries, two.
No, I'm talking about Shador.
Yeah, I'm saying
can he do that?
Deshaun, like, can he do it? Just Shador can. Yeah, we know that. We've seen it.
Yes, exactly. You know what I mean?
We haven't seen Deshaun do it since 2024, and now you're talking about after an injury, and you're a 10-year veteran, and you're on the last year. You've got paid an exorbitant amount of money, enough where do you need to do it? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think Deshaun's going to be. I guess a backup. That's my guess. I guess Dylan Gabriel probably doesn't start the season on this team, I would imagine. And
I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. I just don't think he'll ever be a starter anywhere in the NFL.
Probably a backup, at best.
And no hate towards him. That's just my personal opinion about what I've seen as a fan of what he can do in the NFL. So
honestly, you can't feel bad for Dylan Gabriel because the chance that he got, nobody with his physical tools, nobody with his physical tools ends up a 3rd round pick in the NFL. I'm sorry, you don't. And then you got a shot, you got the chance. He gets to live his life saying, I played in the NFL. I was horrible, but I played. And, he moves on down the road. Yeah. He got to live the dream. And people in his situation, I wouldn't think usually get that opportunity. The Browns gave him a gift by giving him an opportunity to play, because I don't think he'd play anywhere. I don't think he gets to start anywhere.
Absolutely.
But I agree with that. He'll be off the team this year. He'll be gone. I think.
I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him.
Yeah. When we drafted Green, I think that was his walking papers. And I think he's going to be our 3rd round project. And that's what you want out of that, not 3rd round, but that's what you want out of that 3rd string project quarterback. Somebody with those physical tools, hey, we can just get a little something out of this guy. He might be something, whether
absolutely.
He transitions,
and I put that in the
whether he transitions to wide receiver or not, he has the physical gifts to do something, to play in this league. And it's up to him. I feel like it's up to him if he decides, you know what, they're right, I should move to wide receiver. I think sky's the limit. And if he wants to stay a quarterback, he's just going to have to put in a hell of a lot more work to get more accuracy. And and we'll see. But that's what you want out of that 3rd string quarterback. You want that project. You don't want Dylan Gabriel where you're all right, you're already limited. Let's see what you can do. And it's not. We call it. We're done. There's nothing more to see, right? With Dylan, we don't need to see anymore. We know. And
exactly. You're having a hard time, probably seeing over the line, maybe, it is what it is. Some people peak in college, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, I got no hate towards him, but I just don't think he's a starting quarterback for the NFL. So if I don't think he's a starting quarterback for the NFL, I don't want him ever trying to have a shot, for us. So I prefer my ideal lineup would be Shedeur as a starter, Deshaun at maybe number 2, and then Green at 3. What do you think
think
about
that's
that?
what it's going to end up. Honestly, I think that's what it's going to end up. But I think we're not going to know that until a week before, the first game, or at best the preseason week before the first preseason game or something. Even then, I don't know if it'll be worked out.
This episode is sponsored by Kozar Wellness. That's right, Browns fans. Browns QB1 Bernie Kosar wants you guys to shop Kozar. Go to shopkozar.com right now and use code DAWGS, DAWGS, to get 10% off your order. If you're not familiar with Bernie Kosar's wellness product line, go check it out, shopkozar.com. Again, performance-focused wellness that's inspired by NFL legend Bernie Kosar, and it's built for discipline, energy, focus, and recovery. Wellness supplements, inhalers, alkaline water, and then go check the website right now because they've got a limited drop of autographed signed Bernie Kosar bobbleheads and limited autographed Bernie Kosar prints that you guys can buy. They've got Kosar wellness mugs. Just go check out the website and support Bernie Kosar and his mission to help others feel better, think clearer, and live longer with real restorative nutrition rooted in resilience. And who doesn't love Bernie freaking Kosar, guys? Go to shopkosar.com, check out everything he has going on at the website, and make sure you guys use promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out to get 10% off your entire order.
But we'll get there. We're still gonna make the Super Bowl. I don't give a crap what happens at quarterback. We're making the Super Bowl.
Who are we? So we're making the Super Bowl. Let me ask you this.
We're
Who are
playing
we
the
playing?
Rams.
Is it the Rams?
Yeah.
Going against Miles Garrett,
it's
right?
gonna happen. That's
Oh
what's
man,
gonna
that'd be
happen.
fun.
It's
Wouldn't
gonna be
it?
Cleveland versus.
Should I go toss 20 on the money line or 20 for the prediction?
Yeah, and
you know?
then Miles is gonna say,
That would be fun. That would be a fun Super Bowl. I like I said, I believe at the max potential. We could go 10-7. Yeah.
yeah, 10-7.
Or would it be? There's 18 games this season,
Yeah,
right?
18 and a bye, right? Or is it 18 weeks and a bye?
Yeah. So we'll. Oh, and a bye. Yeah. So 10-7, right? I absolutely believe that we could do that. And I also want to go and say this, that if we don't make that 10-7 and they do what they should do with Shedeur and give them a full season and say we win 6 or 7 games, which I think is actually the low end of what he would make if you give him the full season. And he shows the flashes and there's enough, and we got a young growing team, and we got some young players in there. I don't know if you draft a quarterback early still next season. I would go after maybe an edge rusher and a cornerback, keep them, let them come back another year. So
we'll see. We'll see where those picks are. In my opinion, the 2 first-round picks next year are 31 and 32. And it's going to be Rams, Browns in the Super Bowl. Let's go, baby. That's it.
Yeah, that'd be fun, right? Yeah, that'd be fun. And, this is also a big season for Andrew Berry, in my opinion, because he had 2 master draft classes back to back, right?
Yeah.
We can say that. We pounded the table for offense. He went for that. But at the end of the day, and look, I'm ex-military, so the finger has to be pointed somewhere. And at the end of the day, Andrew Berry's record with the Browns is 45 and 56.
I think he bought himself some time with his last 2 drafts and these moves. I think he bought himself some time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
The fact that
So if Andrew Berry has any say in how this lineup's going to go, he better be pounding the table for Shedeur, because if they start Deshaun, it's not going to go
put it this
well.
way, how do you think it would look for Andrew Berry right now if he didn't draft Shedeur in the 5th round? So right now on your team is Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel, and Green? What's Green's first name? Travian. What's his first name?
Yeah, and honestly, I feel so bad I can't remember his first name. But anyway,
Travion.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. Who are we with right now?
Could you
We're
imagine?
probably with it would be horrible. So that was a big move by him, absolutely. But still, at the end of the day, if the record is horrible after so many seasons, though,
It
it's
is,
tough.
but I don't know, man.
So-
I regained faith, and actually, I really feel like.
Because I'm also a firm believer that he was also a big part, even though, the owners came out and said that they were a big part of the Deshaun Watson trade. I think he had a say in that, and that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. But this year, tell me you don't feel like this is the first year that he actually had control, like where they actually said, it's all you. I don't feel like he ever did. I think Stefanski had a lot to say in every draft. I think ownership and Stefanski had a lot to say in every move. I don't think he had total control. And I think this year was the first year they were like, we don't know what to do. You do it. And he just lit it up, And maybe that's not true. Maybe that's just, the fan in me writing my own drama in my head.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was the first time it was all Andrew Berry, and he's like got the gloves off and he's ready to start swinging. A move like.
Yeah, that's kind of why I brought it up in terms of the record. It's like, because my sole thing is that if you start Shedeur, give him the full season, you're not going to be in a boat where neither Shedeur, we need to move on from Shedeur, or we need to move on from AB, right? But he also is in a situation where you can only go so many seasons in a row, where if you constantly have a losing record, it's just going to expire at some point, right?
Yeah.
So start your door, give yourself the best opportunity. You drafted a master class in terms of offense this year. Last year, a master class in defense. Absolutely genius. And I'm ready to see a season. I think we're going to take a lot of people by surprise. You say Super Bowl, possibly could be the chance. We'll see.
So we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for listening to our inaugurational episode, or our tryout, and we'll see if these two UDFAs didn't make the roster with this show, and see if we do this once a month or once a week, or if ever again. I'm hoping we made the team, Justin. I'm hoping, but we'll see.
Yeah, man.
So guys, thanks for listening. Kurt from Jersey signing off. Jersey Dawgs, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I can't be more appreciative of the opportunity from Josh and the guys on the Dogs podcast. So thanks.
Yeah, absolutely appreciate it. Jersey Justin out.
So there you guys have it, the first episode ever of the Jersey Dawgs. Let me know sincerely in the comments, how did you enjoy that episode from Kurt and Justin, their first time putting one together, helping us out while I'm on vacation. Blake's got the baby, so he's hardly available right now, which is understandable. He's got a 4-year-old at home too. And then Justin, Kenny's doing some episodes while I'm on vacation as well. So just appreciate everybody's help with this podcast. And I appreciate everybody's feedback on the episodes and the content specifically today from our Jersey Dawgs. And don't go too hard on Kurt in the comments. He is always 17-0. Browns are winning the Super Bowl. But in all reality, we know there are going to be ups and downs, mountains and valleys in this upcoming season. But overall, there's a lot to be positive and optimistic about. So great to hear from two of our diehard Browns fans who are just passionate about this team. Again, welcome everybody's feedback. Before I sign off, make sure you guys go to jointhedogs.com, get into the private Discord, hang out in the dog pack with everybody. These two fine gentlemen that you just heard from, plus so many more people that are joining that community every day. We appreciate all of our longtime members, all of the new people signing up. Get in to play fantasy football. Register now. Reserve your spot. Don't wait. Don't miss out. Love everybody. Appreciate you guys. And until I get back from vacation, I see you guys in the next episode. Let's go Browns.
It's in our blood, it's in our bones, orange and brown, yeah, we ride for our own like a dog pack running. We ain't alone, game day comes, get ready for the show. It's our call, it's our bark, it's our song. We stand tall, yeah, we've been here all along. Through it all, the dog pound standing strong. We all dogs, yeah, we all dogs. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Follow us on social media at the Dogs Podcast. And join our dog pack community at jointhedogs.com. We are dogs!
This episode is sponsored by ISSA. Browns fans, if you're into health and fitness, have you ever wondered how you could maybe turn those hobbies and your passion into an actual career? If that sounds interesting to you, then ISSA has the opportunity you've been looking for. ISSA is the International Sports Science Association, and they can help you become a certified personal trainer in as little as 3 months. And right now you can get $100 off your certification when you sign up through our link, joinissa.com/dogs, DAWGS. Now, certifications are 100% online, self-study, and self-paced. You can study anywhere from your phone, tablet, or computer. And the final exam is open note, open book, aka piece of cake. Except you fitness nuts probably don't eat a ton of cake, so let's just call it a piece of delicious protein bar. And ISSA has the #1 job guarantee in the industry. If you get certified and sign up to be a certified trainer with ISSA, you have a job guarantee or your money back. ISSA has over 10,000 gym partners that have over 73,000 open jobs for trainers right now. And you don't need a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree. You just need your certification to qualify for these jobs. So what are you waiting for? With certification this simple, there's no excuse not to pursue your passion and become a certified personal trainer today. Get $100 off your certification at joinissa.com/dogs. You've wanted to make a change long enough. Now it's time to do something about it. That's joinissa.com/dogs for $100 off your personal trainer certification.
When maintaining your daily wellness rituals is important to you, the change in routine during the summer can feel daunting. Kachava's new travel packs help you stick to your daily ritual, even when you're on the go. Just one packet of Kachava's all-in-one nutrition shake provides complete nutrition with 25 grams of protein, 6 grams of fiber, greens, adaptogens, and much more. So you'll be fueled and ready for wherever life or your summer adventures take you. No fillers, no nonsense. Just the good stuff your body craves. Plus, it actually tastes delicious. But you can try it for yourself because the variety pack includes all 6 delicious fan favorites: chocolate, vanilla, chai, matcha, coconut acai, and strawberry. So instead of worrying about sticking to your daily ritual, simplify it with Kachava. Go to kachava.com and use code NEWS for 15% off. That's KACHAVA.com, code NEWS.